Hello guys, good morning. Well, thank you so much for being here in today's lesson. Well, the focus is going to be on the use of regular verbs of simple past. So we will look into more details on how to use the rules plus some examples with some advice. Previously, to be more specific, I talked about the use of irregular verbs of simple past. So I will link that in the comment. I'll link that in the description box, and I'll also share the link on the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so if you like it. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section, and I will reply to your comments and your questions as soon as possible. When are we supposed to add D? We're supposed to add it to verbs that end with E, for example, like live. So what is the last letter of live? E. So in this case, we just add D. Like. Last letter is E. So what we do, we just add D. Why do we need to add D and not ED? Because if you look at the last letter is E. So if you add another ED, how will that look like? Here we add ED if the last letters vowel followed with Y. Right? Like for example, we have play. So in here we have vowel and then we have Y. So what we need to do, we just add D. There is just one point which I forgot to explain on the whiteboard, and it is related to ED. Well, basically, if the last letters of the verb are SS, CH, SH, X, O, and Z, in this case, we can just add ED to them. Then, when it comes to IED, we use it, right? If the last two letters are consonant followed with Y. So what we do is that we need to cancel Y and add IED. So these are basically the things that you need to when it comes to writing sentences. So now let's look at the second part of today's lesson, which is, let's look at this. I live in London for 2 years. So in this case, what we need to do is that we just need to look at the verb. We need to look at the last letters of the verb. So the last letter in here is E. So what we do, we just add D. And it will be lived. I lived in London for 2 years. There is one thing I want to remind you. I've came across a lot of learners who simply pronounce lived as livid, and this is wrong. You can't say livid. Whenever you come across a verb that ends with E, cancel E. E will be silent. So we don't say livid. It will be lived. E is silent all the time. Like for example, if you have this verb, how do you usually pronounce it? Like, do you read it as liked or like it? If you read it as like it, then it is wrong. You need to correct yourself. How can you correct yourself? By looking at the last two letters. If the last two letters, okay, end with E, then E is silent. We don't pronounce E. So it will be liked. I So the same thing. To change the verb from present to the past, we need to look at the verb. The verb here is walk, so the past will be ed. Then there are so many other verbs where we need to add ed. We add ed to most of the verbs because, yeah, it's like most of the verbs have the same commonly used rule. So we usually add ed and d. Here we have the students. Apply for a training program. Right? So in here, the sentence here in simple present form. So what we need to do, we need to change it to the past tense. So what do we need to look at? We need to look at the verb. The verb here ends with y, and before y is a consonant. So we cancel y and add I-E-D. Alright? So these are the things that you need to. So let's move into the next section of today's lesson, which is connected with making answers with yes and no. Basically, when it comes to making yes or no answers, most of them are kind of the same. Like regular verbs, irregular, all of them have the same. Like, okay, like here we have did you eat breakfast, for example? Did you eat breakfast? So here we are asking about something that just happened, right? So the answer here can be yes or no. So to answer with yes, you can say yes, I did, or no, I did not, or I didn't. So what happened was here. So what happened? Usually, we need to look at the question. The question here starts with did, so we need to have did in the answer. So, if the answer is yes, then yes. You here change to I. Why? Because I'm asking you. I'm asking whether you ate your breakfast or not. It's like the question is directed to you. So in this case, we need to change you to I, and then we use did. Why we used it? Because of the question here. The question starts with did, so we end it with did. And the same thing with the second one. If the answer is no, then no, I did not. Hi again. Well, I'm so sorry that I did not write this example on the whiteboard because it just came into my mind when I was editing the video. So let's look at the question. The question starts with did. So did you have your breakfast? What does that mean? It means that we're asking if you have a breakfast. So why don't we say did you eat your breakfast? The reason is because when it comes to breakfast, we are not so sure whether you had food and drink. So in this case, we need to use have because have contains everything. Did you have your breakfast? But if we say, did you eat your breakfast, meaning that your breakfast contains food, only food, and not drink. So that's why, in general, when it comes to asking about the food that you have for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, we use have. Did you have your lunch? Did you have your dinner? So the same thing with did you have your breakfast? All right. Now let's look at the question. The question starts with did, followed with have as the main verb. So what is the answer? The expected answer can be yes, I did, or no, I didn't. So we can't say yes, I have, or yes, I had. No, we can't say that. Why? Because the question starts with did. So this is all I want you to remember. If the question starts with did, then the answer should be yes, I did, or no, I didn't. All right? So yeah, so let's go back to it. Did you do this morning? So this is the question. The question starts with what? And it's WH. That means we are expecting a detailed answer. We are not expecting yes or no. You need to provide information because we start with what. Then what? Did. We have did here. That means we are asking about something that happened in the past. And then we have the subject. So with the subject, we can tell that the question is connected to you. And then here we have the verb. The verb here is the base form. You might be wondering, like, how come? How can we have did and do in the same sentence? Well, if you look at did here is the main verb. The main is the main verb of the past tense. But do is just a verb. The same thing, like saying, what did you listen to, or where did you go, or what time did you sleep? So whatever verb comes after the subject is considered to be the base form. But here, did is just the main verb. The main verb that will tell if the question is simple past or simple present. Thank you so much for being here in today's lesson. So for the next section, I will be focusing on the differences between past tense and simple present. So I'll be providing a detailed description on each one of them, but this is going to be a summary thing of the whole part of present and simple past. And also I'll be touching on the negative form of simple present and simple past. This is all from me. Thank you so much. And if you managed to understand everything in today's section, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you like. And yeah, we'll see you soon with the upcoming tutorial video. Have a good day and bye bye.